Welcome back to Neon Nonsense. I'm Nora Neon, and history class left a lot out. Probably because half of it was way too creepy to fit between your pop quizzes. From corpse cures to dancing plagues, these are 15 real historical facts that'll make you question how humanity ever made it this far. And yeah, one of them is total nonsense. Drop your guess in the comments, and I'll reveal the lie in 48 hours. Oh, and did you actually think the Salem witches went up in flames? Wait till I set that myth on fire. Let's dig up some history. Literally. To kick things off, did you know that people ate mummies? In the 1600s, people believed ground-up mummies could heal anything. Headaches, bleeding, even heartbreak. So they imported mummies from Egypt, powdered them up, and sold them as medicine. It's called mummia. But yeah, it's basically ancient human dust. Side effects may include nausea, guilt, and turning into the world's worst smoothie. Gross. Secondly, people took photos with their dead relatives. Victorians were obsessed with death photography. When someone died, families dressed them up and posed them sitting or standing and took what looked like normal photos. The dead person was often the best dressed in the picture. Say cheese, or, don't. Fact number 3, people drank mercury for health. Before scientists realized mercury was deadly, doctors prescribed it for everything. Constipation, syphilis, depression. It worked about as well as drinking bleach would today. Shiny, yes. Smart? Not even a little. Number 4, doctors drilled holes into skulls to cure illness. It's known as trepanation, the oldest known surgery. People actually drilled holes into their skulls to, quote, release demons or treat headaches, and somehow they survived, which makes me question, how bad were the headaches? And can you imagine explaining that copay? Number 5, mirrors were once covered after death. They did this to prevent spirits getting trapped. In many 19th century homes, people covered mirrors when someone died, believing their soul might actually get caught inside the reflection. Imagine explaining that to your modern-day roommate. Don't uncover the mirror, Grandpa's still buffering. This next one is my favorite, the dancing plague of 1518, when hundreds of people danced themselves to death. It started in July 1518 in the city of Strasbourg. Then it was part of the Holy Roman Empire. One woman walked into the street and began dancing uncontrollably. She didn't stop for hours and then days. Within a week, dozens of people had joined her, also unable to stop. Witnesses said people danced for days and nights without rest, collapsing from exhaustion. Some died of heart attacks, strokes, or sheer fatigue. At the peak, there were over 400 dancers moving in the streets, writhing, trembling, and laughing hysterically like they were possessed. The local authorities thought the only way to end it was to let the dancing burn itself out. So they hired musicians and opened guild halls, literally building stages for the dancers. That obviously backfired. Even more people joined. Historians still aren't sure what caused it, but there are 3 main theories. Mass hysteria, so essentially a stress-induced trance state that spreads socially. There's the bad bread theory, from contaminated rye bread. Or lastly, religious mania. The creepy twist to all this, the 1518 outbreak, wasn't even the first. There were similar dancing manias across medieval Europe in 1374, in Germany, for example, and elsewhere. But Strasbourg was the biggest and the best documented. So yeah, history's first rave had a killer playlist. Fact number 7, the original toothpaste was made of ash and crushed bones. Ancient Romans cleaned their teeth with a mix of charcoal, bones, and oyster shells, and sometimes urine, because mint flavor wasn't invented yet, apparently. Now with whitening and ammonia. Next up, body snatchers sold corpses to science. In the 1800s, medical schools needed bodies to dissect, and grave robbers were happy to help. They'd dig up fresh corpses and sell them to anatomy professors. That's how the term resurrection men was born. Technically not zombies, just entrepreneurs. Fact number 9, medieval surgeons carried bat hearts for luck. Some medieval surgeons supposedly kept dried bat hearts as good luck charms before surgery, believing it helped ward off bad spirits in the operating room. Honestly, I think I'd prefer anesthesia. Number 10, Victorian ghost story parties. It's actually the OG Christmas tradition. We're talking mid to late 1800s, the height of the Victorian era in Britain. Before TV and social media, the rich and sometimes the middle class would gather for long winter evenings, and instead of Netflix, they told ghost stories. It wasn't weird back then, it was just tradition. So why Christmas? The winter was cold, dark, and full of superstition. The solstice seasons had always been tied to death, spirits, and the supernatural, even before Christianity. Victorians, obsessed with death, mourning, and the afterlife, took that and made it entertainment. So on Christmas Eve, when families gathered by candlelight, people would dim the lamps and tell ghost stories until midnight. It wasn't just a parlor game, it became a full literary movement. Writers competed to publish their best ghost tales during the holiday seasons. Some even released annual Christmas ghost anthologies. Most famously, Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol in 1843 helped popularize the ghost at Christmas tradition. Victorians were morbidly obsessed with death. Telling ghost stories was a way to flirt with fear and mortality. This was socially acceptable because it was seasonal. Nothing says holiday cheer like summoning grandma for dessert. Next up, wig powder was made from ground-up insects. In the 1700s, aristocrats powdered their wigs with starch and white powder, some made from ground lice and insects. So when you see portraits of people with tall white wigs, yeah, there were bugs in there. Fact number 12, some medieval candles were made from human fat. They were called thieves' candles and were supposedly made from the fat of executed criminals. They were thought to make you invisible while robbing houses. Spoiler alert, they didn't. Imagine explaining that at Bath & Body Works. Next, we have medieval dentists used live worms for toothaches. Some 14th century healers treated tooth pain by stuffing live worms or leeches into cavities, thinking that they'd eat the tooth worms, causing the pain. Modern dentistry, floss daily. Medieval dentistry, insert worm, hope for the best. This next one's actually pretty cool. Executioners in medieval Europe often became minor celebrities. The common thought through the years is that executioners were faceless villains in black hoods. They were hated and shunned by everyone. Nothing could be farther from the truth. Imagine being famous for chopping heads off. In medieval Europe, executioners weren't just feared, they were local celebrities. Crowds came to watch them perform. A clean swing, standing ovation. Missed the mark, booed like a bad comedian. Some even signed autographs. And one, Franz Schmidt, kept a diary that became a bestseller centuries later. So yeah, these guys were basically the rock stars of death. Who needs social media when your job literally kills? All right, and lastly, fact number 15, the White House is haunted by several past presidents. Multiple presidents, including Truman, Reagan, and even Obama's staff, have reported unexplained footsteps, knocks, and cold spots in the White House. Abraham Lincoln's ghost is said to appear most often, usually standing at the window of the Lincoln bedroom. Apparently, Lincoln's still checking in to see how democracy's doing. Spoiler, there's mixed reviews. Okay, so this week's bonus myth bust. Witches were burned at the stake in Salem. You've probably heard it everywhere in movies, TV shows, even Halloween decorations, that the Salem witches were burned alive. It sounds cinematic and medieval, but it's completely wrong. In 1692, in Salem, Massachusetts, a wave of mass hysteria led to the arrest of more than 200 people accused with witchcraft. It all started with fear, religion, and rumors. Several young girls in Salem village began having strange fits and claimed they were being tormented by witches. 20 people were executed, 19 were hanged on Gallows Hill, and one man, Giles Corey, was pressed to death under heavy stones. Several others died in jail awaiting trial. 0 were burned. Burning witches was more of a European thing, especially in Germany, France, and Scotland during the early 15th to 17th centuries. By the time of Salem, the American colonies used hanging as the method of capital punishment. Years later, the government and the church formally apologized, and families of the executed were compensated. In 2001, 309 years later, Massachusetts officially exonerated all of the accused witches. So it turns out the whole burning witches thing, it was a European import. So next time you see Halloween witches on fire, remember, it's not history, it's just bad special effects. All right, still think the past was all powdered wigs and tea parties? Yeah, I didn't think so. Congrats, you survived 15 creepy history facts. History's gross, haunted, and probably still hiding skeletons somewhere. Remember to drop your guess for which fact was fake. I'll expose the truth in 48 hours. Next up, real ghost stories, cursed artifacts, and at least one fact that'll make you side-eye your mirror. Neon Nonsense is going paranormal and supernatural. Until then, stay weird and stay neon.